Does that screen come with your car, dog?
Yep.
Yep, that's how they're built.
Tesla.
Damn.
You'll notice I don't have a traditional dashboard with a gauge cluster or a million buttons.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's all right here. Hello, software.
I know, right?
Look at this guy just sitting in the middle of the road here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Hi, human.
Yeah, right? Exactly. They forgot for a minute, obviously.
So ridiculous.
Holy cow, that was weird.
So I'm a full self-driving beta tester for Tesla.
Whoa.
So I've got their complete self-driving autonomy, which is why I love to point out the ridiculous things that humans do.
Wow.
Because some people will be like, I don't know if I could trust a machine. I'm like, yeah, I trust it more than all these squishy meat sacks that have
Isn't
no
that true?
sense behind the wheel.
That is so true.
Yep.
You said that really well, and I love the analogy because I definitely want to use that because that's so well, that describes it so well. Like a waste of cell mass, really, sometimes.
Right, I agree.
So bad. It's so bad.
So this roundabout isn't on the map, so how is it going to behave? It's vision first, and it's actually doing it correctly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on, you got it.
So you're actually.
Oh, it's wanting to bail out.
Yeah,
Darn.
it did bail. That's
unfortunate.
Amazing
So
that
we'll
it did that, though.
do a little 3-point turn here.
3-point
So it's
conversion.
funny. The first roundabout we passed, it's been driving autonomously basically since after the dumb human mistake with the Jeep.
Yeah.
But yeah, up until this point, it was driving itself.
Oh my
shit.
gosh, that's so freaking
And
crazy.
I saw the intention line was showing that it wanted to go around, but then it's almost as though the machine got scared and went, I'm just gonna go right.
That's interesting.
It's an active thinking AI, so it's not pre-programmed.
Oh my-
it's interpreting the world around
Exactly.
And-
I'm sorry for that. The majority
it's
word
okay.
is so needed there, though, because I love that.
it. That's why Tesla will call these semi-sentient robots,
Uh-huh.
because they're
see
not,
that.
fully, conscious general AI, but they are actively thinking and responding to the world around them. Like it's targeting that truck in blue to know to wait for it at the 4-way stop before
Oh
it
my
decides to
gosh.
execute its turn. And
So
it's
you work
being
for
chill.
Tesla, huh?
No, I'm just an owner.
Oh.
But there's over 100,000 of us that qualified to help Tesla train their system by
Whoa.
becoming beta testers. So when it
That's
was making
cool.
those mistakes, it saw him and decided
Yeah.
to break.
Wait, so you're still going, you idiot?
Human error again. Want to
Again.
add that to my...
And see, then the computer learns by you see, this is where we have to put faith into this computer technology because now we have to hope that it learns that that's an error, that that's
Yeah.
not the way that
It behaved
we
very
drive.
well there, though. It
did?
slowed down, and
Yeah.
I actually started to give it throttle to push it forward when the human came out. So the system was actually going to wait
Right.
for them to do his thing.
Yeah, I seen that.
Exactly.
But I can give it throttle input and turn signal input without fully disengaging. Otherwise, I take over. I want to know if it's gonna. Well, this isn't a
my
really bad
gosh.
dip, but I know it's started to get to the point where it can also slow down for dips. I haven't really
That is
seen that
so
enough
crazy.
to really lock that down, but it's getting ridiculously impressive in so many areas. Just little things that are starting to become the problem, which that's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
real.
Something
For
small
real.
like choosing the wrong lane or bailing on a roundabout that I got nervous with. I say
Yes.
nervous, kind
Yeah.
of funnily there.
But yeah, I know you. That was kind of like a double entendre
Yeah.
when you said that. But yes, I understand.
Personifying,
it. Yeah,
or sorry,
for real.
anthropomorphizing
That's I haven't
the
heard that in
machine.
forever.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening here. Really,
Yeah, so
if you
even
think
here it
about
knows to wait till it's clear and shift to the right.
Oh, that is so freaking cool. I can't believe, like, to say in history that you were a part of that is remarkable. Don't you think so?
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I jumped at the chance to become a part of this. I entered the beta program last October with the first 1,000 non-employees and such. And I've been able to really put this thing through the ringer with actual customer trips after about January when I got attuned to the system enough to understand it. In a lot of ways, I relate it to when you know a friend or family member, you can feel their moods. I
real.
got enough
Yeah.
time with the system that I can feel its ticks and like when it's getting a little unconfident, so I can take over in that time.
so cool.
And since then, I've been with thousands of customers getting to experience the beta and see if it can actually do this like an autonomous taxi.
Yes.
And it's been wild.
That is so freaking cool.
I get comments about, or like, do you pay for this or do you get paid by Tesla to do this? And I'd say, no, I'm actually paying to use the system and I don't get anything from Tesla, but I get to be a part of that innovation
That's the
Yes.
big thing about
and
it.
to be at the front of it. And
Yeah.
to me,
Right.
that is invaluable. Like, I can't put a price
For
on
real.
being a part
You
of it.
can't.
It's like being with a team that goes to the Mars for the first time or goes back to the moon.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just take me along. That's all I want.
I know, for real. Seriously, I feel that somebody would be foolish to turn it down if given the opportunity.
For sure. I will say, like, on the highway stuff, the more traditional Tesla autopilot that people have had for a while, look at this dog. I got so distracted by him just,
Yeah.
what's up, world?
Oh, how cute.
Oh, man. But, I totally lost my train of thought because of that dog there.
I know.
It was just too funny. Oh, I was gonna say that the beta side that I'm on, the City Street side, that is limited access to the beta testers, it's more of a stress inducer in a lot of ways than a stress reliever. Unlike the highway stuff that's been pretty nailed down because it's faster speeds but rather simple, you know, straight line, stay with traffic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that system can kind of help you decompress a lot of your mental energy from high density traffic or whatever. But we're on the flip side, this is a lot more of being like a driver's ed instructor for a young person that's like slap it on the wrist every now and then, be like, no, don't do that.
Oh my.
Sometimes aggravating, and more so from just other human involvement. Like, this is kind of an interesting, it's shifting to the right a lot here, less than really necessary, but it's taking its left turn really well. It just kind of got over to the right, and then it's gonna track around this guy. Perfect. But sometimes it'll do little things like that where it'll get to one side of a lane, and that can cause impatient humans to block you or get around you because they think you're doing something you're not. Yep. And it's like, all right, well, that just put us in an awkward situation.
Yes, exactly.
This is an interesting situation too.
But the idea that the understanding that you actually have that ability to be in that situation is mind-blowing.
True. Yeah, I mean, being able to observe not only this car but everyone else, and even the designs of intersections and roads, kind of gives you a real out-of-body experience with driving as it is in general.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Because I can start to visualize those areas or see where it might be coming and be like, don't do this, we're gonna get stuck in a weird spot.
Yep.
Oh, right now it's having a problem with this temporary stop sign. It's doing it. It needs to actually wait for these two. It's got them highlighted in blue for it, which is good.
Dang.
I guess this person's turning with no turn signal. What are you doing? The car's gonna think it's its turn.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's taking its chance.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Better at four-way stops like that than most people are.
For real.
You are not lying.
For real.
And I guess what's hilarious about it is that the machine, the AI, has more etiquette than its human counterparts.
Yes, that is so true.
In general, I mean, there are plenty of people that are, or maybe not plenty, there are people that are, they have etiquette and they're kind and they actually do the right thing, but most people just get impatient. So right here, it's being extra cautious because of this oncoming car, and then there we go. Look at that.
This is crazy. This is my first time experiencing this.
Awesome. Love it.
You know, it's really a trip, babe, that today when I woke up in the morning, the first thing that came to my mind was checking out this YouTube channel that this woman was telling me about, of these Tesla drivers that are doing exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
And all of the things that she was saying that it's horrible to watch or something, and I thought, I really have got to check this out because I'm definitely
take over here. Big vehicles are usually
for real. Yeah, exactly.
Report that back. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. She was saying that that the car drives by itself, and what happens is it causes a lot of these accidents. And I am one to think that the humans are causing the accidents, and that the car is reacting to the stupidity of the humans around it, and that that's just training for the computer system. So what's interesting is I had all of this visualized this morning when I woke up, and I thought, I can't wait to show you.
Yeah.
And here we get to actually
Experience.
be in it firsthand, which is so cool.
A lot of the information your friend has gotten sounds like a lot of the FUD that's gone around. FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Yes. That is spread by the media, unfortunately.
For real.
And there's actually a lot of media campaigns and people in the media that are trying to highlight anything and everything negative about the system because they have their own conflicting interest.
Well, yeah.
So when you actually go to a lot of the beta testers channels like mine and Dirty Tesla and others, you get to see the actual, the truth behind what's actually happening. And it's not as drastic as a lot of people make it out. There actually has not been a single accident on this beta system with over 100,000 people yet.
Holy cow, for real?
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's that top button. Hold that down and push the door at the same time.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh my God.
Right on, dude. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, guys. You have a wonderful day. Should be able to get us all the way to your drop off. It's not too far.
The self-drive?
Oh yeah.
This is a new one, right?
So I'm a full self-driving beta tester, so I've got the full city and highway autonomy.
Oh.
I'm one of the many people now who actually help Tesla's system get better. The average Tesla can't really handle this, navigating, going through red lights and such. And
Yeah, is it braking and accelerating on its own?
it's doing all of it.
Damn,
It's actually being a little extra cautious here because of all the people on the side, and
that's so cool.
it's really fun to put it through the ringer and see just how much it can handle, being a taxi,
Yeah,
Like, could a robot do this?
that's crazy.
And then if it does goof, get in the wrong lane or do something wrong, I take over just like you would disengage cruise control, tap
Yeah.
the brake or whatever, and then I can report it back to Tesla. That way they can see it and make improvements. And
Huh.
we just get updates, kind of like a cell phone with like new software. It's crazy.
Yeah. Did you get this car for free?
No, it's
Oh.
mine. Yeah, it's funny because my car, and I'm also paying for the self-driving. So it might sound a little weird from the outside that I'm paying to be a part of it, but to be at the front of this level of innovation, kind of like, I don't know, being a part of the team that's building rockets to go to outer space, it's,
Mm-hmm.
even though it may cost to get there, it's so fun to be at the edge,
Yeah.
to be
that's cool.
contributing.
That's crazy that it's doing everything by itself.
Yeah. Yep. You'll really lose your mind when you see it do that left turn coming up.
Yeah.
It's doing it like us, it's not pre-programmed, it doesn't know the route ahead of time. In fact, every time it drives anywhere, it's like it's seeing it for the first time. So in a weird way, you could almost imagine that the system kind of has its own version of Alzheimer's. It just, it forgets, and it's to constantly just adapt on the fly.
That's
Just
cool.
cameras in a brain, just looks and can tell the difference between the different types of cars, areas you can't go past versus
Crazy
oncoming
how
lanes.
Technology like that's
Right.
made.
And imagining how it'll evolve over just a few years when you
Yeah.
think about how fast things move these days. I haven't had to do this turn in a while. It's a really abrupt left here. Oh, that was really good though.
That did that by itself?
Yeah, that was all the car. It slowed
Wow.
down. Needs to inch forward a little bit more. Nice, there we go. Just kind of get out of that lane a little bit. It's not really a well-designed left turn lane if you think about it, coming from a blind uphill corner.
Yeah.
But it reacted quick. Like, if I take over and touch the brake, you'll hear that chime and it'll gray out. So now you can see that I'm the one actually in control.
Yeah.
And then when it's engaged, you get the little blue wheel and the blue line. It's kind of like its brain, where it's planning to go, the little blue line in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see it kind of bend and arch with this corner as we get up to it.
That's crazy. And if it's parked, could you just press a button and have it drive to you?
Eventually. So we do have something called Smart Summon right now, where it can do a very basic, very slow, like leave a parking spot and try to get to you.
Yeah.
But it's honestly a little sketchy because you're not in the car. Like, you're just like hoping, okay, please don't hit a curb, please don't hit anybody else, please nobody hit my car.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to think about. It even sees that door opening with the person getting out.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, the idea is for it to be able to do all of it. Right now, between driving and parking, there's it's not really capable of that yet. There's like a break in its ability. So it'll get you to the destination, and then you would pretty much drive to where you're going to park, and then you'll see a prompt to auto park. So it'll either back into a spot or parallel park. It's really good at parallel parking. But as far as like from arrive to parking, it can't do that in one continuous
Yeah.
flow. Not yet. I think after they've effectively solved most city streets problems, the parking lot stuff should be a little bit more trivial.
Yeah.
I guess depending on the parking lot, because I mean, my God, like parking lots around college campuses or busy malls, like that might get insane. So this
Yeah.
is interesting because there's like, I mean, the bus is working in our favor that it's blocking traffic, but the beta, the system isn't taking this little opportunity to get over, which it's kind of tight anyway. I probably would wait till I have a little bit more clearance myself. But yeah, you'll see all the people walking around that it sees. And if it highlights them in blue, it's actually like paying attention to them. Like they might be crossing the street or something.
That's so weird.
That way it knows to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elon and Tesla call these semi-sentient robots. So they're like partially aware. Not to the level of like a freaky iRobot scenario or anything, but
Yeah.
All right, now we should be good to go through. It sees that we're clear, it's just being cautious, and there it is. Except this guy coming around. Good. All right. There's a lot of unpredictable things that can happen with humans driving.
It is really busy.
And it pretty much got us all the way here, which is really good. It'll just kind of slow down when we get to the pin.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That
Yeah,
was a
my
cool
pleasure.
little
Thanks for nerding out with me.
beta, yeah.
Just hold the, you know how to get out of these things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. More and more people do.
Yeah.
So what's the range on this battery?
Mine gets just over 200 miles.
Okay.
Now they start at 270.
Yeah.
It's
they go up to like 3 something, don't they?
Depends on which one you get. The Model S will do over 400 miles. My wife's does about 320. She's got the Model Y, an SUV about the size of that one.
Oh, Model Y. Okay.
Yep. It's already the most popular Tesla in the world. It's basically like the bigger sibling to this thing. It's the same design, just as a crossover.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah. I think the Tesla's average around mid 300s, because the long range version of this car does 360 just about.
Oh yeah.
And the entry level does almost 300.
Gotcha.
I just missed out on some of those optimizations when I got mine.
Yeah.
Go figure. But even with a 200 to 220 mile range, it's really a no-brainer. I mean, there's so many superchargers everywhere, and you fill up in about 25-30 minutes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Yeah, exactly. I actually enjoy being able to.
What does it
stretch my
cost?
legs.
What does it cost to like up to a supercharger?
God, that depends on the day, like time of day. Similar to like residential peak hours. So before,
that's how they sell it.
yeah, before 10 a.m. and after 9 p.m. I believe it's half price. So you fill up for like $10.
Oh right.
And in the middle of the day, the highest pricing, I fill up for about $16 to $18.
16, 18, 200 range. Okay, that's still better. Still better than my 11 miles per gallon.
Oh yeah, I'm actually saving on average monthly over $2,000 in gas.
Yeah.
And that is more than the cost of both of our Teslas, all of our charging, and my full self-driving. Just covered by my gas savings alone, not to mention no more oil changes, no engine or transmission maintenance.
Yeah.
I've got about 140,000 miles on this thing and my brakes are still practically new. It's crazy.
It's a phenomenon.
You can say this thing has been a tank. I drive it like a trucker.
Do you really? Yeah.
I've only had it for 2 years and I'm over 130K on it. And there have been some criticisms, well deserved, early on with fit and finish build quality as Tesla was new to mass producing vehicles.
Right.
But now with the Model Y and the castings they're using out of Texas and just their prowess as a growing company, they're quickly catching up to, if not passing, your European quality.
Yeah.
The things you get out of your Mercedes and your BMWs and such.
Right.
With a much simpler, oh, there's a Model Y right there.
Oh yeah, okay. That's pretty sexy.
Yep.
Candy apple red too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we almost got the red. I was really surprised, and my wife was like, the red looks so good.
Yeah,
But-
to the cops it does too, right?
Yeah, that's how it said, yeah.
Well, it's good input. I'm I have a gas guzzling Sequoia. And
Oh yeah, that's a big boy.
It's my adventure vehicle.
Oh, for sure.
Done 5, 6 cross countries. So,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
really
it's
looking
time.
forward to like Tesla's Cybertruck, that crazy thing on my
I was
dashboard.
checking that out.
Because it'll have that like
It's pretty
500
cool.
mile range and be built to
Right.
pretty much handle any abuse you throw at it. And
Right.
I'm like, sign me up.
Heck
'Cause
yeah,
that's an
man.
adventure vehicle.
It sure is, man.
The only thing-
you just need a rack. You definitely need a rack or something, because I'm a bit of a glamper, so I carry a lot of gear.
Yeah, there's already a bunch of companies that are like coming up with ideas, and there was even a picture on Tesla's website that showed with the back tonneau lifted, a full camper
The full
setup.
camper setup, yeah.
And
or the
that's
tent, like a tent.
yeah,
custom
like
tent
full
setup,
tent
yeah.
with the
That's
ability to
my
make like an electric stove and everything too.
Oh. Okay.
There's actually a truck that's already out that is incredible and kicking ass in that field. It's kind of a mid-size like a Tacoma, but it's the Rivian, Rivian R1T.
Who makes that? Rivian.
Rivian, they're their own company.
Really?
Yeah, they're another
And
fully
they-
electric vehicle company based out of the U.S.
And they sell in the U.S.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll
Good
start
idea.
seeing them around San Diego. I'm starting to see quite a few, and their SUV just hit the market too, the R1S.
Wow.
So R1T, R1S truck SUV. But it's sharp. It's a good-looking vehicle. It's like a really tech-forward-looking Tacoma. Here's a shot of the R1T if you're curious.
Oh wow. That's pretty sexy.
Yeah,
man.
it's a solid truck.
Mid-size.
It's a 4.5 foot bed, but the tailgate comes out pretty far. It's got a gear tunnel in between that you can fit a bunch of crap in. A full powered front end. You can see the gear tunnel open there.
Wow.
I wouldn't want to call it Tesla 2.0 or anything because they're their own company, their own goals, but attacking the trucking market right off the get-go.
Is it their own batteries too?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean they have their own suppliers, but it's all fully like Rivian is building it themselves. This
Is
all
it American or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100% American.
That's cool.
Built right here.
Is everything manufactured here? Or?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
The Teslas and Rivians are by far now, without comparison, the most American vehicles, given they're produced, manufactured, sourced right here on our own soil.
Right.
Even over.
Man, that's kind of important to me.
Oh, same.
Yeah, you know, because then you can control quality. And...
one of my buddies has a Rivian. I rode in it with him. It's 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
Take a right. Take a right.
Oh, take a right. All right.
Yeah, just cut through the alley here.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
You don't
Quad
need to go,
motor.
You don't ever need to go faster than that.
But it's got several. It's got like a rally mode, a rock crawl mode, a general all-terrain mode, sport mode.
And it looks like it has a decent lift.
Yeah, it goes up to 15 inches
Left, yeah.
off the ground when it's at its max height for off-road fun.
Wow.
The Cybertruck, I think, has it beat by 1 inch, 16 inches.
Yeah.
But the Cybertruck and like the F-150 Lightning, the electric F-150, they're full size.
Right.
You know, they're meant to
And
be.
that's what I'm kind of looking at, and then just go right.
Yeah.
We're almost there. Yeah, I mean, you know, my last truck was my last 2 trucks were F-150s. They were they were Roush racing trucks.
You might want to look into the Lightning. They just released that thing.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I think I'd give it a couple of years before I jump into it. You know?
Oh no, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, right now the Rivian and the Lightning are both obliterating.
They're already having issues with the new Broncos. So, you know, while I'm a Ford fan and I like to support American companies, I take a Ford over a Chevy or well, maybe not a Toyota, but definitely over a Chevy or Dodge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, amigo. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
Yeah, thanks again for sticking it out on the.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate it.
GPS.
You have a good day.
Okay, you too, man.